or good afternoon, depending on where you are. My name is Molly Lindsay, and welcome to Mollyosity.
Don't ask me questions, 'cause I'm tired of confessing, and I know that it's not much to say, but I swear.
Before I start this video, I want to just say that the new intro you just saw was made by a really cool YouTuber. His name is Zeno Gaming. I actually had him in my Q&A video, but yeah, he does awesome gaming videos, and all his links will be down in the description for all you mobile users, and there's going to be an annotation, boom, right there, so you should go check him out and definitely subscribe. Alright, now that we have that out of the way, let's get into this video. So today I wanted to start filming a video, and I was like, but I have no ideas. And then I remembered my goal in life was to be a beauty guru, but then I also remembered I know nothing about makeup, but there's one thing all beauty gurus have in common. They do storytime videos. So yeah, I'm going to do a storytime video today, and hopefully I can be a beauty guru. Let's just put a title on the video that has nothing to do with the story and over-exaggerate everything, and I'm there. I'm coming for you. No, but in all seriousness, guys, I actually do have a really cool story for you today. This is probably the scariest thing that's ever happened to me. Alright, let's get on with the video. RCL. That was RCL, if you don't know. This story happened like a little over a year ago. It was the first snowfall, and this was probably the start of December that this happened last year. So I was in grade 6. I was actually at my friend's house. I'm not gonna say their name because I don't know if they want to be in this story. They're probably fine with like me using their name, but let's just call them Roy. Okay, so I'm over at Roy's house, and we had built this contraption. It was, oh my god, what's happening in my throat? I'm turning into a man. It was like a snow skate, like the thing I built this year, but it had like foot holders. It was basically Velcro on it, so it was like a mini snowboard. We wanted to try this thing out. So the snow's falling down, and it's like, the sun is setting, it's like maybe 6 o'clock, and we asked his mom, can we just go to this park really near their house and sled? And so, you know, we beg, and she finally says, yeah, sure, whatever. But, you know, stick together and blah, 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 all the things that parents say that we don't really listen to before we go somewhere. Yeah, that. So, a little background on this park. A few months prior to this story taking place, somebody was actually murdered there. So, it wasn't, like, exactly family-friendly, but it's okay. It's a big... So, basically, we're sledding on this hill. The parking lot in the forest area is over here, and then the rest is just shadows. Like, the back of the park, the back half of the park is just shadows. So, before this happened, me and my friend were joking around, what if something actually like came out of that shadow? That'd be so scary and whatever. We never thought it would happen. Right. Don't want to spoil it. So we're sledding. We have like a normal sled and then the sled that he built, that little mini snowboard, snow skate thing. And I just went on it. So I had taken this wipe out, and my head was facing the snow. He had just been riding the normal sled, and he was heading up the hill. So I look up, and whatever, I'm laughing and whatever. I look at him, and he's climbing up the hill, but he's looking at the shadow, like the back shadowy part of the park, like this. I'll do an impression. That was actually really good. I didn't even practice that. That was like really accurate. So I thought he was kidding. I thought Roy was kidding because he did this a lot. You know, he would just stare at random things with this scary impression on his face, and then the person he was with would be like, what happened? And he would get them every time. So I thought he was kidding. He dashes up the hill. Like there's something on the level I'm at, the ground level, that's like scaring him. So I look in the direction, and these two guys, they're probably like 18, 19, youngish, got hoods over their faces. Oh, they had like goatees, and yeah, they just looked like old teenager, young adult. and they were walking out of the shadow, which is all fine. It's like two normal people. But then in their hands, they had these two knives. So these people are still a ways away, and Roy is like, Molly, don't run, just act normal. Like, you don't want to cause attention. But I didn't listen to that. And my first instinct is to get off the level that they're at and just dart up to the level where Roy's at to safety. Right, so I take the sled and I just, whoosh, I'm up there. And so these guys start following us. And to get back to his house, we had to go through this foresty area, which is sort of like the best place to be mugged. Right, so we're both thinking we're gonna get mugged. Like, it was totally fine to us. Like, all we had was our jackets and these sleds. Oh my gosh, I forgot to tell you, 2 days ago, my friends gave me a haircut. So if my hair looks like this side looks different than this side, like in length, you know why. Don't ask me why I let them give me a haircut, but like I needed a trim anyways, and they were just there with scissors, so it worked out. Anyways, what was I saying? Right. So Roy's telling me, yeah, no, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, that was a really good impression as well.
Okay, stop the video. In the last clip, does anybody know what I just said? Because I have no idea.
That was a really good
there,
impression as
right?
well.
Yeah, right there.
Yeah.
What was I saying? If you know, leave in the comment section below, and I'll give you a shout out for being able to translate whatever the heck kind of language I was speaking. Because, like, what? What was I even, like...
So we slide down the hill, and we start darting towards the forest, and these guys are following us. Every time we got a little bit faster, they would get a little bit faster. So we're darting through trees, and we're trying to test if they're actually following us. Like, we were going left, then right, then back and forwards, like in all different directions, and they were following our exact footsteps. They were like just a few feet behind us with knives. So suddenly he just says, like, we gotta just run, let's just lose these guys. And so we just run, like, all the way home, like a block or wherever. I don't know exactly how far it was, but we ran all the way home, straight through his door, not through, opened it first, and then we locked it, and we ran to his basement. Told his mom, and she's like, oh, I forget what she said. She said something moms would say. His dad gets home a few minutes later, and we told him about the whole thing. And he says, okay, what do they look like? Describe them to me. And we describe these guys, whatever, perfectly. And he says, okay, this is a scary moment, okay? Ooh, I just farted. Ooh, that was a little wet one. Okay, and so he said, that's so strange, because I just saw those exact two guys standing outside our house. Now wait for it to hit you. These guys had followed us back to this guy's house, now knew where he lived, now knew that I was his friend, and I went there with knives. These guys had followed us all the way from the park to his house. I don't know, it was overall sort of traumatic. And I haven't been back to that park since because I'm me. So there you guys go, my first story time video. If you enjoyed that, make sure you give it a thumbs up. That's basically it. And subscribe. You should probably subscribe. I guess that's fine. I guess bye.